There's a saying, if you allow your passion to become your purpose,
it will one day become your profession. Our job is to give people the opportunity at the fish of a lifetime. But on our days off,
it's our turn. So here in New Smyrna, a lot of these fish get back in these little holes. Sometimes you gotta have a shallow boat, and of course we're in our Maverick today,
sure,
so we can get back in here and set up on these edges around these oysters and really make long casts. I think we can get big old trout.
Not West Coast trout, East Coast trout.
East Coast.
It's a different story.
Love it.
Yeah. I'm excited. I've never trout fished over here. I've only redfished.
And then the occasional redfish mixed in with them.
Oh, that sounds great.
So this ought to be awesome.
Yeah.
And it's a different place.
Huh.
We should have some fun.
It's great. Different land, different everything.
All right, man, you ready?
Yeah, lights up. Let's roll.
Let's roll. I can see the bait all down the shore. Oh my goodness.
Somebody just,
the bait is getting crushed up there.
Oh yeah, look.
Yeah. Plan this week is to catch big trout. That was our whole goal about going over New Smyrna, is to, we heard these big trout were running, and we catch some trout here on the West Coast, but I don't think we get them like the East Coast guys.
We're using this live bait over here. We're using what's called a pig fish, and this fish is gonna send out a little noise. He almost drums at a real high pitch, and you can flip him in these holes where these trout are and feel him getting a little wild down there in the hole, and that's when your heart rate starts to rise a little bit and you realize you're about to get smashed. A lot of water moving through here, man.
You mean right there?
Let's see if he comes back. There he goes.
Nice, nice. I'm pretty sure I saw the boil on it first.
I think he sniffed him out. Turned around on him.
Yeah, that's a better fish. I'm gonna come down.
That's a real trout.
You can catch that 15 to 18-inch trout, and it's super exciting for everybody on the boat to be pulling on some fish. But when they start creeping over that 20-inch mark, 22, maybe even 25-inch mark, that opens that trout game to a whole new level.
He hammered that thing. Hammered him. Got him?
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy, that's a little better fish there.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that's the tank, but that's a better one.
We need his brother for sure.
Yeah. Look how clean they are here. 2 full teeth.
Yeah, man. Healthy.
Got him.
Yep. I have a buddy that owns New Smyrna Outfitters, and Cody there, he's done a great job with the shop, and he caters to a lot of the people that are fishing that north end, and of course he's got fly, a lot of good things that come out of that shop.
And they've got everything you need to do inshore, offshore fishing, you name it, they carry it there. It's very, very cool, good looking shop, very clean, very well stocked.
And of course, fishing right there in the lagoon, we don't maybe see as much traffic, in the lagoon as maybe we do on the West Coast. But I think the other thing too is it's a lot of shallow skiffs. So maybe it's because everybody's pulling and not just running all over. So Mosquito Lagoon for me is like, a giant pond with a bunch of islands. It doesn't have a whole lot of tide flow, but I think those fish are conditioned to that. And what we found out is the tide flow really is about the wind. Because there was no wind, there was a lot of that water that, it didn't have a single ripple on it.
As soon as that tide started to turn and bring that water into that area, those fish reacted to that and started thumping those baits every time we put them out there. And it was almost to the point where you're putting a bait out and you know you're gonna get bit, which is a good feeling.
Bites kind of come on. You notice the water coming around those crab traps coming back this way?
Mm-hmm. Oh, wait.
Oh, shit. Really?
Dude.
Oh, good God, look at that one.
Is that a trout?
I think, did big head shake like it was a trout.
Coming right at me.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's a trout.
So that 23-inch, 24-inch plus trout is more referred to as a gator trout. Usually got a nice big belly on her. It's a special fish, and when you catch them like that, you have to appreciate that moment because it's not something that you catch every day. Oh, he's hooked good, dude. He's hooked good.
Yeah.
You need a little slack?
Yeah.
Okay, you got it.
Come here.
You got him?
Yeah.
Oh, son.
Look at that.
That's one of those East Coast trout.
Woo. That is a stud.
That we had heard about and we're told about. Can I take this from him?
Yeah, man.
Oh, it's barely in there. Hold on. You ready?
Let me bring him in this side
Yeah,
a little bit.
All right, okay, good. Look at the head on
look
that
how
fish.
just wide it is this way, right? I mean, look how that back. I know I don't have the longest arms on the planet, but I'm telling you right now, that's every bit of 26 inches.
Oh, all day.
Right?
All day.
Maybe 27.
It's a great fish. We see, we don't really see him this thick, this wide, and with the belly like that.
And look at it. I mean, the colors on it.
Pretty.
That's cool.
It's like a perfect specimen almost.
Oh, yellow mouth. And really healthy with both teeth right there. All right, let me get her in the water. Yeah, and you can see how fat she is. I mean, I don't think she's rode out yet.
Not yet, no spawn yet.
That's exactly what we came over here to catch, is these big trout. That's awesome.
Get you an all release mount of that one, huh?
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the real deal.
You're having spotted sea trout that are ripping line off the reel. You know, that's not something we always get to see here on the West Coast. So it's super exciting to have that pull, and the way they eat those baits is unbelievable. It's like we're snook fishing for 30-inch snook.
It is a big snook. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like. It feels like that thump that you get from a big snook on a ladyfish or something like that. That's exactly what it feels like. It's awesome.
Well, now that you've got one, I can't wait to catch
Get
one.
on up there.
Awesome. So I've been in New Smyrna, gosh, probably, I don't know, 15, 20 times in the last 10 years. Most of those have been on tournament schedules. My buddy Aaron, I fished tournaments with him. You know, you develop a friendship over the years, and there for a while I was going there once a month. And really just enjoying the time there. It's a completely different feel from the West Coast, and completely different look. But you know, to get out there and to cover the ground and to run that Maverick, that's a perfect place to have that boat there because of what it's built to do. It's built to pole, it's super shallow water, and that's what we had to go through to get to some of these fish. I'm on.
Get him. Big fish.
That's gotta be a red dog. Gotta be.
It didn't take long, huh, Jack?
Nope. Jeremy, nice eye on that because he saw the boils.
Oh, yeah.
Red dog?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the wake he's pushing.
Well, that's how we found him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for him.
Right.
He's over there putting all kinds of vibes out. We kind of got sidetracked away from the fact that Mosquito Lagoon is known for its red fishing as a whole. And that's what we've always gone over there in the past to do. So all of a sudden Jay sticks this really nice tournament grade redfish, and we kind of remembered real quick that they've got a lot of redfish there too. So it was cool to see that fish come to the boat, you know, something a little different.
Look at the colors on him, how dark he is from being in this water, you know?
Yeah, the blue in the tail. What do you think they eat here?
I'd say a bunch of shrimp.
Bunch of shrimp action?
Yeah.
That thing's as blue as my shirt.
Thing is, your trout was bigger.
I'm glad you admit it.
We don't get to say that very often,
Well,
but
you admit it.
let's get him in the water.
This fish is close to ready, obviously.
Yeah.
I like just rotating here basically on its axis, and it'll move that water through the gills the right way.
Okay. Awesome. Dude.
The spotted sea trout's definitely a fish that is important and vital to the entire state of Florida. And I think that fish definitely needs to be protected. And as fishermen and fisherwomen, we need to do a good job of releasing those bigger fish, because those bigger fish are obviously in spawn mode. And if we can protect that resource, I think it'll be beneficial for the entire state.
You know, when I saw the look on Jeremy's face when he had that trout on, I mean, it was like sheer eyeballs coming over top of his glasses, and to see him super excited about that, that's what it's about.
Well, the other times that I've been to this area on the East Coast fishing have been for tournaments, and I've always been fishing against Jay and Aaron. We're out there having a good time together. For him to show me those areas and put me on a really cool bite in a really cool fishery, those are the kinds of things that you remember for a long time. It was a lot of fun. Looking forward to going back there.